High blood pressure.
High blood pressure.
Elevated force of blood against artery walls.
For example, she takes medication to control her high blood pressure.
Toothache.
Toothache.
It means pain in or around a tooth.
For example, he has a toothache and needs to see a dentist.
Headache.
Headache.
It means pain or discomfort in the head or neck area.
For example, she gets a headache when she doesn't sleep enough.
Stomach ache.
Stomach ache.
It means pain in the abdomen.
For example, he had a stomach ache after eating spicy food.
Backache.
Backache.
It means pain in the lower, middle, or upper back.
For example, he feels a backache after sitting for too long.
Nausea.
Nausea.
It means feeling of discomfort in the stomach with an urge to vomit.
For example, he felt nausea after eating the spicy food.
Vomiting.
Vomiting.
It means forceful expulsion of stomach contents through the mouth.
For example, she vomited after eating bad seafood.
Cough.
Cough.
It means expelling air from the lungs with a sudden sharp sound.
For example, I always cough when I'm around smoke.
Fever.
Fever.
It means elevated body temperature, often indicating illness.
For example, he has a fever and needs to rest.
Sneeze.
Sneeze.
It means sudden involuntary expulsion of air through the nose and mouth.
For example, he couldn't stop sneezing because of his allergies.
Common cold.
Common cold.
It means viral infection causing nasal congestion, coughing, and sore throat.
For example, he caught the common cold after being out in the rain.
Runny nose or rhinorrhea.
Runny nose or rhinorrhea.
It means excessive production of nasal mucus.
For example, he had a runny nose from his cold.
Flu.
Flu.
It means contagious illness with fever, muscle aches, and respiratory symptoms caused by influenza viruses.
For example, I caught the flu and have been feeling really sick.
Allergy.
Allergy.
It means immune system reaction to a normally harmless substance.
For example, she avoids pets because of her allergy to animal dander.
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
It means frequent, loose, or watery stools.
For example, he got diarrhea from eating spoiled food.
Chest pain.
Chest pain.
It means discomfort or pain in the chest area.
For example, she went to the hospital because of severe chest pain.
Menstrual cramp or dysmenorrhea.
Menstrual cramp or dysmenorrhea.
It means pain in the lower abdomen during menstruation.
For example, she takes painkillers for her menstrual cramps.
Pimple.
Pimple.
It means small raised red spot on the skin.
For example, she uses acne cream to treat pimples.
Bruise.
Bruise.
It means discoloration of the skin due to injury.
For example, he got a bruise on his arm from bumping into a table.
Rash.
Rash.
It means change in skin color or texture due to irritation or infection.
For example, he has a rash on his arms from a food allergy.
Dandruff.
Dandruff.
It means flaking of the scalp.
For example, he uses special shampoo to control dandruff.
Scald.
Scald.
It means injury caused by hot liquid or steam.
For example, she got a scald from spilling hot tea on her hand.
Dizzy.
Dizzy.
It means feeling unsteady or lightheaded, sometimes with a spinning sensation.
For example, he felt dizzy and had to sit down to avoid falling.
Arthralgia.
Arthralgia.
It means pain in a joint.
For example, he experiences arthralgia in his knees during cold weather.
Plantar wart or foot wart.
Plantar wart or foot wart.
It means wart on the sole of the foot caused by a virus.
For example, he has a plantar wart on the sole of his foot.
Nosebleeds.
Nosebleeds.
It means bleeding from the nose.
For example, she got a nosebleed after accidentally bumping her nose.
Sore throat.
Sore throat.
It means pain, discomfort, or irritation in the throat.
For example, she can't talk loudly because of her sore throat.
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
It means condition with high blood sugar due to insulin problems.
For example, he needs to take insulin every day to manage his diabetes.
Depression.
Depression.
It means persistent sadness and loss of interest in daily activities.
For example, she feels sad all the time because of her depression.
Finger cut.
Finger cut.
It means injury where the skin on a finger is lacerated or sliced.
For example, he wrapped a bandage around his finger cut.
Swelling.
Swelling.
It means enlargement or puffiness of a body part.
For example, I have swelling in my fingers from hitting them with a hammer.
Earache.
Earache.
It means pain inside or around the ear.
For example, she couldn't hear well because of her earache.
Sprain.
Sprain.
It means injury where ligaments are stretched or torn.
For example, he sprained his ankle while playing basketball.
Asthma.
Asthma.
It means chronic condition causing breathing difficulties due to inflamed airways.
For example, she had an asthma attack during gym class.
Tinnitus.
Tinnitus.
It means ringing or buzzing noise in the ears without an external source.
For example, he hears a constant ringing in his ears due to tinnitus.
Constipation.
Constipation.
It means condition characterized by infrequent bowel movements or difficulty passing stool.
For example, he takes fiber supplements to help with his constipation.
Insomnia.
Insomnia.
It means difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, leading to inadequate or poor quality sleep.
For example, she has insomnia and wakes up several times during the night.
Fracture.
Fracture.
It means a break or crack in a bone.
For example, she slipped on the ice and fractured her ankle.
Sinusitis.
Sinusitis.
It means inflammation of the sinuses, causing congestion, pain, and pressure.
For example, he has sinusitis and feels pressure in his forehead.
Migraine.
Migraine.
It means inflammation of the sinuses, causing congestion, pain, and pressure.
For example, she gets a migraine when she's stressed.
Tonsillitis.
Tonsillitis.
It means inflammation of the tonsils, often causing a sore throat and difficulty swallowing.
For example, he has a sore throat and fever because of tonsillitis.
Alopecia.
Alopecia.
It means hair loss from the scalp or other parts of the body.
She uses special shampoo for her alopecia.
Eczema.
Eczema.
It means skin condition characterized by dry, itchy, inflamed patches on the skin.
For example, she has eczema, which makes her skin itchy.
Heartburn.
Heartburn.
It means burning sensation in the chest caused by stomach acid rising into the esophagus.
For example, he drinks water to help relieve her heartburn.
Bronchitis.
Bronchitis.
It means inflammation of the bronchial tubes, causing cough and mucus production.
For example, he feels short of breath because of bronchitis.
Pneumonia.
Pneumonia.
It means infection in one or both lungs, causing inflammation and fluid buildup, typically resulting in cough, fever, and difficulty breathing.
For example, he was hospitalized due to severe pneumonia.
Measles.
Measles.
It means highly contagious viral infection characterized by fever, cough, runny nose, and a distinctive rash.
For example, she developed a rash and fever due to measles.
Fatigue.
Fatigue.
Extreme tiredness and lack of energy.
For example, she felt extreme fatigue after a long day at work.
Arthritis.
Arthritis.
It means inflammation of the joints causing pain and stiffness.
For example, he experiences joint pain from his arthritis.
Mumps.
Mumps.
It means viral infection causing swollen salivary glands, fever, and muscle ache.
For example, he developed swollen cheeks because of mumps.
Stomach ulcer or gastric ulcer.
Stomach ulcer or gastric ulcer.
It means sore or lesion in the lining of the stomach.
For example, he takes medication to heal his stomach ulcer.
Osteoporosis.
Osteoporosis.
It means bone disease that makes bones weak and prone to breakage.
For example, he has osteoporosis and is at risk of bone fractures.
Chickenpox.
Chickenpox.
It means highly contagious viral infection characterized by itchy red spots or blisters on the skin.
For example, he developed itchy blisters all over his body due to chickenpox.
Wound.
Wound.
It means an injury that breaks the skin or other body tissue.
For example, he got a wound from a razor cut.
Bite.
Bite.
It means injury caused by the teeth of an animal or insect.
For example, I have a mosquito bite on my arm.
Sting.
Sting.
It means injury from venomous insects causing pain and swelling.
For example, I got a bee sting while playing in the garden.
Stress.
Stress.
It means mental or emotional strain or tension.
For example, she feels stressed because of work.
Splinter.
Splinter.
It means a small, sharp piece of wood or other material embedded in the skin.
For example, I got a splinter in my finger from the wooden table.
Cataract.
Cataract.
It means clouding of the eye's lens, leading to vision impairment.
For example, my grandfather has a cataract in his left eye.
Eye infection.
Eye infection.
It means inflammation or infection of the eye, causing redness, itching, and discharge.
For example, she has an eye infection and needs eye drops.
Food poisoning.
Food poisoning.
It means illness caused by consuming contaminated food, leading to nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea.
For example, he got food poisoning from eating undercooked chicken.
Cold sore.
Cold sore.
It means painful blister on the lips or around the mouth caused by the herpes simplex virus.
For example, she got a cold sore on her lip.
Suffocation.
Suffocation.
It means the condition of being deprived of air, leading to difficulty breathing or loss of consciousness.
For example, she felt suffocation while trapped in the crowded elevator.
Sunburn.
Sunburn.
It means skin damage caused by excessive exposure to the sun's ultraviolet rays, resulting in redness and pain.
For example, she got a bad sunburn after spending all day at the beach.
Colic.
Colic.
It means severe abdominal pain, often from gas, common in infants.
For example, the baby cried for hours because of colic.
Hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhoids.
It means swollen veins in the lower rectum or anus causing pain and bleeding.
For example, she has pain from hemorrhoids.
Appendicitis.
Appendicitis.
It means inflammation of the appendix causing severe abdominal pain.
For example, he had sharp pain in his abdomen due to appendicitis.
Diphtheria.
Diphtheria.
It means bacterial infection causing a thick coating in the throat, leading to breathing difficulties.
For example, he experienced breathing problems due to diphtheria.
Cramp.
Cramp.
It means sudden, involuntary muscle contraction causing pain or discomfort.
For example, he has a cramp in his leg.
Frozen shoulder.
Frozen shoulder.
It means condition characterized by stiffness and pain in the shoulder joint, limiting range of motion.
For example, he had difficulty raising his arm because of frozen shoulder.
Bump.
Bump.
It means a small swelling or protuberance on the skin, often caused by injury or impact.
For example, he noticed a painful bump on his head after hitting it. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.